Hello everyone, welcome back to another guide, and this one was a fun one to make. Zombies and Spaceland. The first and best Infinite Warfare Zombies map, and probably the best non-Treyarch Zombies map of all time. This map is amazing, with an amazing boss fight, a pretty fun Easter egg honestly, and just a good map in general. But this map is quite tough, especially the boss fight. However, don't doubt yourself. If you try this in boss fight mode, for some reason the alien's really hard in boss fight mode, but it's not nearly as hard in normal mode. So just try your best, and let's go and get started with Zombies and Spaceland. The deck that I use is pretty simple. No, I do not think you need any of these other cards. The only one I think you need is a scoped dollars, it looks like, and this one is very important for the start of the game, so I recommend you just equip this. It's a fake card, so it's basically a classic. But let's go and hop into the map. As soon as you spawn in, you're gonna want to purchase either the M14 or up in atoms. Go turn on the power, which is left of spawn in this little like security point. And now you just want to stay in here until about round 3. And just get M14 and up in atoms, and just stay in here and melee and get the M14. And once you're ready, you can go ahead and head out. Once you head out, you're going to want to get Neil's head, and also you're going to want to, once you get access to Fate and Fortune cards, you're going to want to use Scoped Cash. Whenever you use scoped dollars, you are then going to want to shoot the heads of zombies because it gives you an additional 300 points per kill with snipers, and the M14 is a sniper. So use the M14 on headshots because it's going to give you a lot of money. When you equip the head on Neil, you can try to complete challenges. They'll give you tickets, which is pretty useful this early. So just get tickets and deal some challenges and stand here until about round 4. Save one zombie at the end of round 4 and take the way to Journey into Space and up to the Disco or Astro or whatever the heck this weird arcade is. The Astrocade, I believe. So just go over here, turn on power, and then you're going to want to play some games. These games will give you tickets. We need a grand total of 600 tickets, but for right now, you can just go ahead and get 300 for now. You can get 300 by playing basketball, like the satellite one, or you can also play the cryptid one. The cryptid one can get you easy cash very quickly. Once you get this, you can then go ahead and go to the gift counter and buy the golden teeth, which is needed for wonder weapons. And we're going to need a wonder weapon, so get the golden teeth for the wonder weapon. Once you're ready, go ahead and activate the teleporter, teleport through, and that'll be one of 4 teleporters. Then you can go ahead and make your way back into Journey in Space, but this time go left instead of right, and go ahead and make your way toward the giant rocket ship trap, and then turn on power in that area. Get Tough Enough, which is basically Juggernog, and now we're looking very, very good indeed. Use the teleporter for that area, and then you're going to want to head right into the Kepler system. Now, we need a few things from here. First of all, go ahead and go up into the main, like, dining area, basically, and you go switch on power, and then if you get any red coins at all, these are souvenir coins, if you get any of the red ones, put them in the slot machine right beside the stairs leading to power in this district. We need 3 of these red coins to get a part for the wonder weapon. It has to be red, and it has to be in this district, so remember that. Activate the teleporter, and go ahead and move on to the next district, which is the mountain. So go ahead and go to the mountain, turn on power like you did again. You might have to end the round this time though, so just turn on the power, use the teleporter. At this point you should have Pack-a-Punch. Go inside the Pack-a-Punch room and activate these UFOs on the table. It also would be very nice to Pack-a-Punch your starting pistol because this is actually a really good gun. But when you do this, you're going to want to get bomb stoppers, and they're in the Kepler system, and they're only 1,500 points. Once a log flume is going across the bridge on Polar Peak in the geyser area, shoot the back of it. The battery should then fall into the river ride. Then whenever a geyser comes up, it'll spew a little red battery. You're going to need to pick this up very quickly because if you don't, it'll fall inside the hole and it'll just be a really big mess. But it's very quickly disappears, so just as soon as a geyser goes up, use it, pick up the battery, and this is needed for the wonder weapon. By this point, you should hopefully be putting 3 red coins into the machine, and then you'll get the souvenir prize, which is the little alien guy. Now we have 2 out of 3 parts for the wonder weapon. The final part is probably the longest part, but it's still very simple. Use the Kepler system spinning trap, or whatever the heck this thing is called. Go ahead and use, I recommend you train up a giant train of zombies and turn on the chromosphere. Once this happens, it should suck up all the zombies, and by the end of it, you should get enough kills, and the UFO will begin flying around the Kepler system as a whole. Your goal is to now get the power core thingy on your weapon. This is 300 points and bought at the ticket station anywhere around the map, like Polar Peak, in front of Polar Peak, or in front of the Astrocade. Purchase the power core thing, and then once you're ready for this, you just need to get kills with the weapon. I recommend you put it on your baby's breath starting pistol. Kill zombies near the UFO with this power core, and the souls should go in it. After a while, the UFO will disappear, leaving a fire thing behind. Pick up this fire on your power core weapon, and now you're looking pretty good. Round 10 and above has a chance to spawn in a brute. Do not kill this guy. Get the giant alligator trap to bite down on this guy. He will then basically destroy the teeth by stopping it from biting down on its face. Now the teeth should be broken. Now you can go ahead and take down this guy. After you do this, insert the golden teeth we previously got, and now the inside of the alligator's mouth, like the tongue part, or like the whatever the heck that part is, should now open up. You just need to shoot one of these 4 things and will reveal a red crystal inside of it. Pick up this red crystal, don't get crushed by the alligator mouth, and then bring all these parts to the very bottom of the map in like the basement warehouse area. You need to bring it over to this alien cardboard cutout right here. Place all 3 of the parts on this cutout, and eventually after you put all these 3 parts down, you can then claim probably the best and most useful for this Easter egg, the Shredder. The name, it should explain itself. It shreds zombies, this leaving nothing but the head. This will be useful for many steps like the boss fight even. So now that you have this, we can then begin doing the lockdown steps. And now we have to find all 3 parts for the Seticom. For the boombox can spawn in these 3 locations. The first one is right on this bridge connecting to the main center area right here. The next one can be in the cafeteria beside the power switch in the Kepler system right here. And the final one can be in the downstairs area right beside this coffee maker right here. For the calculator, the first one can spawn on the bench right in front of the teleporter right here. The next one can be on this other table right in front of the chronosphere trap right here. And the final one can be in the Astrocade right on top of this blue trash can right here. And finally, for the umbrella, the first one is on this bench right in front of the slides in the teleported area once again. The next one can be inside of Polar Peak on the gift shop entrance right here. And the final location can spawn right beside Tough Enough in this like little corner right here. Now that you've gotten all these parts, wait around and then you'll hear some noises. Go talk to David Hasselhoff, and then you can go ahead and trade these parts in. He'll give you the Seticom as a pink sticker. If he doesn't quite do it quite yet, come back to him the next round and you should be able to get the Seticom. Now is probably the hardest part of the Easter egg. Go around the map and look for locations where your controller will vibrate and you'll hear some noise, and then it'll say interact. Now there's a ton of these locations, so I'll leave as many as I can in the description of this video. This is where you can place the part. Make sure you have good enough ammo in your Dragon's Breath bomb stoppers, and you also have the Shredder possibly. And just in case, the boom box, which the boom box I believe is 2 yellows and 1 blue inside the souvenir coin anywhere. So just 2 yellows and 1 blue in the souvenir shop. Go ahead and set down the Seticom. This is a defend step. Now the baby's breath is insane against this step. However, the ammo does kind of drag it down, but just defend the Seticom using your baby's breath. And just that should be pretty good. Just continue to use this and explode all the zombies. It's not too long, and you should be able to get it pretty simply done. It does not, and also I just want to let you know, the Seticom does not have that much health. It can be very easily destroyed. So just make sure you're safe with it. After a round, you can then go find another one of these locations in the exact same spots. Set it down, but this time it'll be for 80 seconds, over a minute. So If you complete this step, by the way, a max ammo will spawn in, and you have to collect the Seticom. If you fail, it'll be destroyed, and a brute will spawn in. If you fail, you have to go talk to him, David Hasselhoff, again. Now, for 80 seconds, I recommend this is where you get quickies and the shredder for guaranteed and the baby's breath. Now, this one still isn't too hard. You just got to defend it. Pretty simple again. So just go ahead and defeat this. Just go ahead and defeat this one as well. It's just going to be the exact same. And the third one is definitely the hardest and the most trickiest one, where I actually begin to struggle. Now, what you need for this is simple. Make sure you have full baby's breath ammo, the shredder, the boom box, which I gave the description of, and make sure you have quickies and just tough enough and quick fire. Just every single perk, okay? Not every single perk, but quickies, tough enough, and up and atoms are the most important ones you need here, just for safety, and quickies is just obviously. Now, the baby's breath is going to be very useful here. As soon as you set it down, you will need to, I think, defend this for either 110 to 120 seconds, almost 2 minutes. You're going to have to defend this thing, and I recommend you begin to use your shredder, but slowly, once that runs out of ammo, switch to your baby's breath. You need to save the ammo on your baby's breath for when stuff gets hard. At the very end, where things were not looking good for me, use your boom box. The zombies will instantly not go after your Seticom and go after the boom box. Every zombie on the map, no matter how hard you try, they will always go for the boom box. So use this if things look bad. After this, it'll then summon a max ammo and you'll be completed. Go talk to David Hasselhoff again to get a future item. He will now give you like these weird music player things, and if you wanted to start the boss fight yet, if you're ready to start the boss fight, then I'll tell you the next step, but otherwise, get perks, get your shredder, get your baby's breath, get everything you need for the boss fight, because we're about to enter it. Place this new thing you just got from David Hasselhoff on all 4 of these places, in front of the teleporter and on all 3 of these golden-like things, like sewer-like things that are just all over, that are in front of each entrance to a place all around the teleporter. After you do this and play a note on these devices, the UFO will get unstuck from the mountain and fly above you. Now, this part is very important. Look at what other colors the 4 are showing. So I recommend you get a piece of paper, label every single area, and label what color they are. The one in front of the teleporter can be spawned, by the way. And for example, blue was Journey into Space for me. Sorry, yeah, I think it was actually red, but just make every single color you know. And then the UFO will start blinking colors in a certain pattern. So just look at it, whichever color he blinks, write it down on your notepad. After you do this, you will then need to go play every note in order very quickly. You do not have a lot of time here, so play it very, very quickly indeed. After you do this, once a max ammo will spawn in, you'll know you failed this if a brute spawns in and you hear Willard Wyler go laugh. But if you know you'll succeed, if you'll get a max ammo, and then the next process will begin. New colors, I believe, maybe, will spawn in. I'm not too sure, actually, but go ahead, and then he will blink another pattern. Do this once again, and you'll need to do this 3 times, counting the one we just did. So 3 times we'll need to do this Simon Says-like game. So after you do this, a ton of clowns will start spawning. After you take down all these clowns, an alien will come out of the portal. Now, this boss fight can be very tricky, but I'll have a simple guide to this boss fight that you can follow. This guide can be tricky sometimes, but with this guide, he should be pretty easy, actually. We're going to be taking the loop around the entire portal, so follow my route here. As you can see, I go this way, and then I go around the right side of the portal, and then I go on the down/left side of the bridge, and hopefully the zombies won't get to you here, but if you do, just use your shredder or baby's breath. And basically, we're just going to be going towards spawn and then over the opposite bridge you just did. So just follow the cycle I do. The alien can appear on the rooftops and the ground. Take your time. This is not a time boss fight. You have as much time as you need. If you're about to die, simply take your time. You're just going to need to constantly shoot the alien with your shredder. It doesn't have to be the shredder, but it's just really easy with the shredder. So just shoot him as much as possible. You can see his health bar pretty much on his chest. It'll show a color. Green means full, red means about to die. Whenever he's on red, make sure he's red on the ground. After a while, make sure you're pretty clear. As soon as he shines red and then he starts doing an animation where he starts like kneeling down and dying, shoot your dragon's breath and try to kill all the zombies around you. He'll summon a little bubble around him and go to his backside and melee his little pack on his back. This should get rid of one of the 2 fuses on his backs. This is pretty much the first side of the boss fight complete. You're just going to do the exact same thing you just did. Get him down to red, do the same loop, no new attacks. And as long as you stay away from his shots and don't get slowed down to the crowd of zombies, you should be pretty good here. Once he goes down again, and it's okay if you can't get to him, if he goes back down, it doesn't punish you in any way. It actually gives you a max ammo, as a matter of fact. But he'll go back on the ground, and if you fail to get the fuse, as soon as you get him down on red again, it'll actually automatically kill him again. So if you fail the first time, and then you get him back on his kneel for a second time, he'll just instantly die. Once he dies, all the zombies should just turn into whatever zombie you had on the round before you started this whole boss fight thing. After that, the alien will die, and by the way, if we're playing with 4 players, 4 aliens will be on the map, just so you know. After you kill him, there should be alien fuses that appear right in front of the teleporter. Gather these and put these in the Pack-a-Punch machine.